What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought I would just do a pregnancy update since I actually have not done one in a while. I think my last update was my first trimester update for you guys, and that was a few weeks right after we announced that we were pregnant. So I am 24 weeks pregnant. Your second trimester usually begins, what, 13, 14 weeks I believe, around that time frame. But yes, I am 24 weeks pregnant, so I have a bit of an update for you guys, just kind of tell you guys what's been going on. I have put all the notes on my phone, especially these last 3 to 4 weeks. There's been quite a bit. Like, I literally just made notes. So I'll be updating you guys. I have written down, what, 18 to 23, 24 weeks. I'm 24 weeks now. So I'll be updating you guys between 18 to 24 weeks. So let's get to it. So around 18 weeks, which was towards the end of January, we found out the gender of the baby, which we are having a boy. If you guys have not seen that gender reveal video, I'll put the card up here for you guys and link it down below. But we combined it with our daughter's second birthday. Charlotte turned 2 on January 27th. So on the, I believe January, let me see. Yes, January 23rd, we did her second birthday party, and we decided during that, like that week of her birthday party, we decided to go do the ultrasound and find out the gender. Travis and I did know the gender before we did the reveal to our family and a couple close friends, because we decided, since he can't come to any of my appointments, we decided let's go, outside of our doctor's office. So we went to a place local here and local to us and did an ultrasound there. And a few days before our appointment, we decided that we both wanted to find out there, because he can't come to my appointments. He won't be able to see the baby on the screen, and who knows how the baby was going to cooperate for us to find out the gender and how long we have to turn away from the screen to not see it. So we decided, why not that we find out what we're having, and then we'll do the reveal to everyone else. So, and I'm very happy that we did that. Baby boy was very stubborn when we were there. He kept having his legs crossed, the milk cord kept getting in the way, and then finally we got that really good shot of finding out that we're having a boy. But yeah, so we were so glad we found out that way, and then we were able to, we ended up doing the baseball, so we had the blue powder, like you hit the baseball, blue powder comes out. So we did that in front of our family and friends, so we are very happy we did that. So yes, like I said, I'll have a link down below for you guys so you guys can see that video. It's really sweet. It's just little clips of Charlotte's birthday and then the reveals towards the very end. We also have announced a baby boy's name, and his name is Gage, and I'm super excited I could finally say his name, and it feels so good saying it. Let's see what else we got going on. So Charlotte, like I said, she just turned 2. She's not really sure, or like, I guess still aware of what's going on. She will point to my belly sometimes and say baby, but then she'll point to herself and say baby. But we do call her baby girl a lot, so she is my baby. But we're always constantly saying, oh, baby brother, or pointing to my belly, like, oh, there's a baby in mommy's belly. And sometimes she'll point to it and say baby. And then, like I said, a lot of times she'll just point to herself and say baby. So I don't think she's fully aware of what's going on. I know as I get further along, when Gage does come, she'll be about 2.5. So then I'm sure it's about to change, but it'll be good. So yeah, about 19 weeks. Yeah, going into my 19 weeks, so February 1st, Travis finally felt Gage kick. So he's been moving a lot, and he was kicking super hard that night. And I just remember grabbing Travis's hand and had him put his hand where Gage was kicking, and it was super hard because even he was like, oh my gosh, that was such a big kick. So yeah, Travis finally got to feel him move. Now every time he does kick, and I try to get Travis to feel, Gage just stops and very stubborn. But Travis did get to feel that one time, and it was super amazing. But yes, he moves a lot. I don't know if he ever sleeps because he's constantly doing something in my belly. He kicks a lot. He's very low. I just remember with Charlotte, she was a lot like up higher and hit my ribs more, and he is very low. Like, I feel him in my groin area sometimes. Like, it's very uncomfortable. If I have to pee, better get out of my way or find me a bathroom, because he is pushing on my bladder and it don't feel good. So he definitely moves quite a bit. In that 18 to 20 weeks, those 2 weeks, I started feeling round ligament pain. I did not get that with Charlotte. I know a lot of people got it towards their 3rd trimester. With her, I had more just sciatic nerve, which I have that too, lucky me. Sciatic nerve and round ligament pain. I honestly had no idea it was round ligament pain until I told my doctor about how I was feeling. Like it is super uncomfortable. I struggle with it quite a bit. Especially at nighttime, trying to get comfortable, like sleeping with pillows between my legs or nearly on your side. I actually do sleep on my stomach still, and I find that is the most comfortable for me. Until Gage wants to kick and wants me to move, but a lot of time he doesn't care either that I'm on my stomach. I just lay a certain way toward my belly, kind of like, I guess I'm kind of on my side, but I am on my stomach, so I don't know. But round ligament pain, I did not have that with Charlotte, so this is very new to me. I get headaches here and there, not too bad. A lot of time it's when I first wake up and I just need to drink water. So I try to drink at least a water bottle when I first wake up before I have my coffee, and then I drink water throughout the day. But usually when I first wake up, it's because I'm a little dehydrated. My doctor even said it's normal in the morning to feel it because you're just dehydrated and need water. So I do get headaches, not that often, which is very nice. I am still watching my blood pressure, and it's been very good. I'm checking it every day or every couple days. So they're still like in the numbers he wants to see, so that's very good. And then 20 weeks is when you do like your anatomy scan. So that's usually when you find out the gender, but like I said, we did ours around 18 weeks. So I had my 20-week ultrasound anatomy scan, and that appointment was so weird. Like my appointment was at a certain time. I showed up, 15 minutes before I was supposed to be checked in. They took me back early, and they make you drink a certain amount of water. So they wanted me to drink 16 ounces of water, so they wanted a full bladder. And I remember they brought me back, and I'm sitting waiting for the tech, and like another 20 minutes goes by, and they still haven't brought me back, and my bladder is getting pretty full. And then finally the one nurse who brought me back was like, oh, she's almost finished with her patient. She'll be right with you. I'm like, okay, bladder hurts. And then she finally brought me back, and my tech started everything, and then told me my bladder was too full, that I didn't need to have a full bladder. Really? So I drank all that water and sat super uncomfortable for the last like half hour. Anyways, she had me empty my bladder, and then we started the ultrasound. And that ultrasound, I mean, if you guys have been pregnant before, then you know, like the 20-week ultrasound, like anatomy scan, it takes a while because they're scanning everything and measuring. So it could be anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes. She told me like 30 to 40 minutes, in which I think ended up being about a half hour total. And she didn't want to talk. So I'm just staring at the ceiling the whole time, just twiddling my thumbs, like, okay, it's great. Like, I tried to make small talk with her, and then you could just tell she just didn't want to, so I didn't say much. So let's go ahead and go into 21, 22 weeks. So with my insurance, they send you your results. So every time I get blood work done or my ultrasounds, I get an email notification saying your results are in. I can log in and I can look at everything. I never know what half of it means, but I get the results. So I got my 20-week anatomy scan results in, and so of course I'm just kind of reading through everything, and I'm like understanding what I can understand, I guess, because they measured everything. And there was one part, it reads, I screenshot to Travis, like when I first got the results, and it said C comment left kidney. I was like, okay. So I scroll down to the comments, and this is where I kind of got a little nervous. And everything is fine, but when I got these results, it was kind of weird, like, seeing that. And there was no message from my doctor after I got it. So it just says the left kidney demonstrates, I have no idea how to even say this word. I'll put it here on the screen for you guys, like what it said. Paleo something. The left pelvis measures 5.2 millimeters. So of course, I had to Google all of this. When I Googled that word and like what it meant, it said it showed urine in his kidney, or in his left kidney. So then that, of course, makes me super nervous, and I'm telling Travis, and then of course my emotions are all over the place because I'm like, oh my gosh, is he okay? I have no message from my doctor. My next appointment's not for another 2 weeks. And so then we're both like looking everything up, and just because we're curious on like what it actually means, I'm texting my best friend about this, and to kind of find out, it is very common in boys. And when we Googled it, it's like mine said it measured 5.2 millimeters. And when we Googled it, it said anything 7 and above is usually when you want to kind of worry about it, or like when they have more concern. And also that it ends up resolving itself before the baby's even born. So it made me feel a little better because I'm talking to my friend about this. Travis and I are looking this up, and we're like, okay. So then 2 weeks later, I had my doctor's appointment, which it was just a phone appointment. And so I talked to my doctor, and he made me feel so much better. And I love my doctor because he makes sure to like tell me full detail about things and options, and like he just makes me feel really good. So I love that about my doctor. But he was telling me that he was amazed that they even made a note of it because they put 5.2 millimeters. He goes, that's really not much, and that it will most likely just resolve itself. He did schedule me a ultrasound at 28 weeks just to kind of measure everything again and confirm that everything's good. And then he told me it's very common in boys for this to happen, and that it can resolve itself by the time baby's born. And if it doesn't, then we go into treatment for that. So that was a bit nerve-wracking when I saw my results. And like I said, like it's awesome that my insurance sends me, or my doctor's office sends me these test results. But then of course here I am like, okay, I gotta Google this. What does this mean? So that I don't like. That was the results for my 20-week ultrasound. Going into more of the 21, 22 weeks, my sleep has been horrible. Insomnia, my round ligament pain makes it very hard for me to sleep, plus the sciatic nerve. I have to lay on my sides, of course, but like I said, I've been sleeping on my stomach a little bit here and there, as long as the baby boy is cool with it. So I've also just started drinking the Calm drink mixture the last week, and I've noticed that my sleep has been a lot better since I've been doing that. So that's been a bonus. I've been an emotional roller coaster lately, especially those 2 weeks. I think a lot of it had to do with the ultrasound results and not knowing until I was able to talk to my doctor. But yeah, any little thing has just like set me off, and I've been super emotional. I'm still pretty emotional. I still have my moments where like something so simple can just set me off, and I'm very emotional about it. And it could just be like the smallest little thing, but you know. I've had nosebleeds a little bit here and there. Nothing too crazy, not like how it was with when I was on Netlope or like the high blood pressure medication. But I know nosebleeds are normal in pregnancy, but they're not horrible, so that's a good thing. Around 21, 22 weeks is when I noticed I really haven't been having an appetite, and I still don't. Obviously I eat, I force myself to eat, and I'm eating small meals throughout the day, but I don't have an appetite, and it's totally opposite of with Charlotte. Your second trimester, you get like that burst of energy back, and everyone says you get your appetite and everything. I definitely got the energy back. I'm slowly losing it now that I'm getting closer to my third trimester, but as for the appetite, I feel like I had more of appetite my first trimester with baby boy than I do now. And like I said, it's complete opposite with Charlotte. With her, I had the biggest appetite in my second trimester. I wanted anything and everything. Now, I have my cravings. Like, there's stuff that I crave that I want to eat, but yeah, like I said, I pretty much force myself to eat because I know I need to eat, and for me and for Gage, and it's been tough. I don't have the biggest appetite. This pregnancy has also been very uncomfortable, and I haven't been enjoying my pregnancy so much as I did with Charlotte. And Travis made a good point with her. When I was pregnant with Charlotte, it was just we had no toddler or anything. went to work in the salon and I came home and I was able to just relax and rest. And then now like I'm chasing a toddler. Like I'm not having those, be able to just sit down, relax, and not have to like do something. Travis has been a huge help though. Like he takes her for me, lets me rest. Like right now he has her so I can film this and then I can just sit down and relax afterwards. But I've also noticed that I'm not enjoying it so much because I'm uncomfortable because a lot of my stuff doesn't fit also right now. I'm pregnant during a season that I wasn't with Charlotte. So with her, I was my biggest during winter time. So like I wear leggings, but I don't have jeans or shorts that fit because they fit me different now than they did when I was pregnant with her. So I think I just been struggling with like how I look with this pregnancy. I love my growing bump. Like the bump, I'm obsessed with my bump. Like I love it. But I think I'm just uncomfortable with like the round ligament pain, my sciatic nerve, not being able to get around so much, and then just how I look. I've been struggling with that quite a bit. I do need to go shopping for clothes, but I just don't have the energy to go do that, and I don't want to, but I need to. And I think once I get clothes that actually fit, I might be a little more happy with how I look, but I need to do that. Also with the round ligament pain, it's been hard to get around. I'm super uncomfortable walking. So this whole overall, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Just trying to walk. My waddle game is on point. So yeah. That was around 21, 22 weeks when I started feeling all of this. Also around those 2 weeks, 21, 22 weeks, I was having Braxton Hicks very close together, and that made me very nervous. Like I know Braxton Hicks are very normal in pregnancy, but it makes me nervous because with Charlotte I had them, and then also right now I'm considered high risk pregnancy because I had preeclampsia with Charlotte, and then plus I have high blood pressure. So it's stuff that I have to monitor and like make sure I'm like keeping track of. But those 21, 22 weeks, I think it was around week 21 is when I started feeling a lot of this. I was having Braxton Hicks. It got to a point they were 5 minutes apart for an hour. And then they were on and off the next couple days. I was having light cramping. I did spot a little bit and then it just completely stopped. I was taking my blood pressure and all of that was normal. So I contacted my doctor. Oh, when he called. So then a couple days later is when he called about my results for my ultrasound, and I told him all of this, and he just said as long as I keep track of it all, as long as I don't go over 2-3 hours with the Braxton Hicks being that close together, then everything is good. It's just completely normal. My spotting stopped, and it was just like one day of it. It was super weird. And as long as my blood pressure is good, then we're good. So he's aware of what's going on. He's actually going to probably do a cervix check on me when I go, my next appointment next week actually. Yeah, in a week I have a doctor's appointment with him, like in person. So he says, then check my cervix just to make sure everything's good. That way I have peace of mind and it'll be good. So that was around that week. And so it was just kind of weird. And like I said, I get very paranoid and like nervous because of how everything went with Charlotte. Another thing during week 21 and 22 is I was having some pregnancy dreams. Are weird, by the way. So I was having some really weird pregnancy dreams. And I kept having a couple where Gage was coming early, like the next couple weeks kind of early. So those dreams like were make me nervous and tripping me out. So pregnancy dreams are horrible when they're like that. All right, so let's go ahead into this last week, week 23, leading up to today. Last week like I said, I have the round ligament pain, but last week I was feeling it. It was very, very painful. I had a hard time getting up or walking. It was like 2 days of it, and I really didn't do anything leading up to those days that was too much on me. So I don't know what was going on, but it made me very nervous for how much pain I was in. So I emailed my doctor, and I also called the nurse line and talked to someone there. And like I said, I've never had round ligament pain with Charlotte, so I have no idea like what to expect with it, or like what's okay, what's not okay with it. So talking to the nurse on the phone, she was asking me all kinds of questions like, a lot of questions leading up for preeclampsia, since that's what I had with Charlotte. So they're asking, are my legs or feet swollen, which they haven't. They've been fine. My face has been fine. How's my blood pressure? Have I been having headaches recently? And all those were all no's. Everything was fine. She's like, okay. And she was super sweet. She's like, unfortunately, she goes, that's just round ligament pain. It's in the hips. And I go, okay. I'm like, well, mine's more like the groin, so pelvic area. She's like, okay, it's very, very common for that area, and because this is my second pregnancy, my ligaments aren't as tight or strong as like they were with my first pregnancy. So round ligament pain is very common with second pregnancies, which I knew that, but like I said, I didn't know like what to expect with it, like, or what's okay, what wasn't okay. So they just told me that what I can do is I get to take Tylenol and then wear a maternity belt, which I do have a maternity belt and I do wear it here and there, but it's kind of uncomfortable after a while. I'm just like over it, but whatever to do to help me get this belly lifted up a little bit and off that around ligament pain. That was 2 days last week of that. Pretty much Travis had me on bed rest those 2 days. I was not able to do anything, which was very nice, but at the same time, for someone who's always go, go, go with a toddler, it's kind of hard. It's hard to just sit there and not do anything and just have him bring everything to you, which, like I said, I enjoyed it and it was very nice, but it's also hard when you're always go, go, go. So those 2 days of resting, it has helped, and he still helps out a lot, like I mentioned before. He lets me just like rest when I need to. He can tell when I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, because like I'll start walking a certain way, my waddle's a little more waddling, or I'm losing my breath and taking a deep breath like that. So he helps out a lot with Charlotte, and she has been like stage 5 clinger to me lately as well. Yeah, so she's just been glued to my side. Every morning, like her and I get up together in the morning, I give her milk and I drink my coffee, and we've always sat on the couch and that. So that's always been like our thing in the morning. But lately, like especially this past week, she has been glued to my side, bringing me books and putting toys in my laps and climbing all over me, and then getting upset when I leave the room, or if just Travis in the room and I walk away, she like freaks out. And usually she's like that with Travis. Like, she is such a daddy's girl and she's always glued to him. But with me lately, it's like she wants to be near me, touching me, in my lap, all of the above with me. And I'm enjoying every minute of it, because she never does this with me. So I'm enjoying it and I'm soaking it all in, because who knows how long this is going to last. I don't know if she's doing this because she has a feeling something's going on and she knows something's different, that she is having a baby brother or a baby's coming. I don't know. There are moments though where it's like, okay, I need you to, lift you up and put you over here, get off my lap for a second, let me breathe. Because she does. She wants to use me as like a jungle gym. She wants to climb all over me. She wants to sit on my belly that I don't want her to sit on. But I'm enjoying every minute of it, because like I said, who knows how long that's going to last. I've been losing my breath very easily, especially this past like week, 2 weeks. I've always like kind of lost my breath easy. Like right now, I'm just trying to talk and I'm losing my breath. Like, that's how easy it is for me to lose my breath. Especially when walking. It's like started walking a little bit and then I have to stop and take a breather and then keep going. So, but other than that, that's kind of what's been going up until now, 24 weeks. This last week, not a lot has changed from how I've been feeling 18 weeks up to 23 weeks. So the only thing that was different last week was when I had to call my doctor and talk to a nurse about my round ligament pain. That was kind of the only thing that was kind of weird. My round ligament pain is very uncomfortable. So hopefully I'm not too off of the camera. My battery just died, so I had to change that really quick. So that's everything leading up to now 24 weeks. So I thought it'd be fun to share my cravings, what they've been for the second trimester. If you guys watched my first trimester, then you know one of my cravings was wontons and then Shirley Temples. So those both still are cravings of mine. But I have some new cravings. So new cravings. One of them is Mexican food. So when I was pregnant with Charlotte, that's all I craved was Mexican food. And we used to live in San Diego. Now we're an hour north of San Diego. And up here, we just like never could find a taco shop that was like good Mexican food, you know. until a friend of ours told us about a place here, and we finally were like, okay, well, let's go check it out. Oh my gosh, it is so good. It is Mexican food and it makes me so happy. When we finally found the place, we ate it 3 days in a row. So Mexican food has been a huge craving of mine again, especially after finding this taco shop. Now it's pretty much all I ever want. Like, their tacos are so good. Like your pollo asada and carne, and they have like a house special where it's like these waffle fries with all the fixings on top of it. It's just so good. So yes, that sounds so good right now. Kind of want Mexican food now. So yes, that's been a new craving of mine. That's been a new craving for the past month. Another new craving of mine is cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi. I don't care which one it is because they both taste good to me, but it has to be cherry. I've always liked cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi, but with this pregnancy, like, that's just what I want. If I want a soda, it better be cherry. And if we go somewhere that doesn't have cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi, then I usually just get Dr. Pepper. But I've been having at least a cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi once a day, just because it gives me that nice little fixing and it's delicious. I also think Chick-fil-A's cherry Coke is the best. Another one, so I'm not a big chocolate person, but I love Reese's Pieces. And that's been another craving of mine is Reese's Pieces. Like, I buy the big, like, shareable bag. I ain't sharing. But I've been loving Reese's Pieces. I mean, I've always enjoyed them, but now it's like, that's what I want. Like, if Travis is running to the gas station, I'll give me some Reese's Pieces, or if he's going to the store, grab me some. Another one is raspberries. Raspberries have been my favorite since the beginning of this pregnancy, but they're like, lately, that's just what I want. Like a late night snack for me. Sitting in bed, give me a big old bowl of raspberries, and I just devour them. They're so good. And then the last thing is Body Armor drinks. I love Body Armor drinks. Especially, like, Travis gets me like the big ones, and so good. Yeah. So that's it for my cravings and everything that's been leading up to 24 weeks. So I covered 18 weeks to 24 weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave those comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!